guess about money. We go straight to the strategist the pros wish they had. Today, Micheal Aguas is breaking down the tax and wealth moves that business owners have never heard of, but absolutely need. Let's dive right in, Micheal, and we're going to go right to it. What's the one tax strategy most business owners never hear about, but should be using right now?
So I'm going to just basically give you three, not one, but three that they could do right now that could mean it would have an impact on their profitability and on their taxes. Here it is. Number one, consider the assets that are under Section 179 and bonus depreciation. Consider buying them now, especially if you could do it under leverage, because you could fully depreciate and expense those assets. Many business owners already know that. Not many of them act on it. Okay, so that's the first one. Here's another one that most people don't know about. Have you ever heard of the Augusta rule?
No, I'm not.
Here it is. As a business owner, you could rent your home to your business for up to 14 days and not pay tax. Okay, so you're paying yourself individually, no tax. It's an expense on the business. Got it? So some people, that's thousands upon thousands of dollars that they could do right now. Here we are, it's the end of November. You still have time to do and implement that. The Augusta rule is something worth reading about and something worth considering for those who are highly taxed. And the third one is something we also talked about in the past, which is this: consider which income and expenses you can shift at this point of the year. So are there sources of income that you see coming in that perhaps you could push into 2026? Consider that. Take a few moments. Okay. And the same thing with expenses. Are there expenses that you could pull up now that you could expense for 2025? So those three things would go a long way for some business owners.
So there's so many unbelievable things to purchase right now. They should do it now and not wait till 2026, it sounds like.
That's correct. That's correct. Because when 26, it's no longer planning, it's now reacting.
Mhm. Why do tax strategies fail for most entrepreneurs, and what makes a real wealth strategy actually work?
It fails because they really don't have a plan. And if they create a plan, they don't commit to it. That's the number one thing. The people I work with are great at what they do, but tax planning is not what they do. They're focused on, hey, listen, I've got clients I got to take care of, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm a physician. I create widgets. I sell tires, whatever it is. They're doing very well with that. That's where their mind is. But their mind is not on the planning. And it's not, and oftentimes they create a plan, but they don't stick with it. So that's where a lot of breakdown really happens, and a lot of profitability just goes through, their hands.
Can you explain how tax strategy and wealth strategy go hand in hand? Most people treat them separately.
Yes, and that's a mistake. Why? Because think about it. For most businesses, what is the highest expense? Taxes, tax liability. That is the number one thing they're dealing with. And as the saying goes, it's not what you make, Neil, it's what you keep.
Keep. Yeah.
If you don't know how to manage your taxes, you're keeping a whole lot less. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. When you look at the wealthiest of the wealthy here in the United States, you'll find that they're in some of the lowest effective tax rates. I'm talking 5, 6% for billionaires. Why? Are they cheating the system? No, they know the system better than most people, and they're leveraging it to their advantage. That's why these guys can pay so much less. Same thing here. Okay. That's wealth management. That's real wealth management because now you're taking a good chunk of what was going out your doors. The check that you're cutting the IRS is now staying in your business for you to deploy so that you can grow that business further, so that you can hire the workers you need, so that you could get the resources you need, whether it's capital improvements or otherwise.
If a business owner came to you today with no plan, what's the first tax and wealth move you'd make for them?
We would first, most importantly, we would get to know what their business is like, how things flow, and then we would come up with a plan together. The first place I really like to go is the retirement plan because it is very easy for most people to understand and implement. And most people don't know that they can put away a significant amount under the right plan for their business. So, but the first and most important thing is get to know the business, get to know how the cash moves and how the cash flows, seasonality, cyclicality, and then we come up with a plan together. There are no two plans that are the same.
All right. Go to rainstormmediagroup.com right now and schedule a call with Micheal today.